Okay, here we go. So, we're doing our 7th podcast. We are making a big effort this time to talk right into the mic so things are nice and loud and clear for our many fans. This is Will and Bella doing our podcast on Alzheimer's, talking about our experiences and our 28th wedding anniversary, which is today.
28th?
28th.
I thought it was 30.
No. It's we were married in 1990. This is 2018, so that makes 28.
Jeez, for some reason.
But we talked about how long were we together versus how long were we married.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been together 31 or 32 years. We were living in sin for a few years. Then we got married, so...
And still lived in sin. Or sinned in our marriage. No, I guess
whatever that means.
Okay.
So, yes. And what else do we have to say? I don't know. Oh. Or Rob is eating the wire on the cord. Okay.
Greetings, sir.
So what are we going to talk about then? 28 years.
28 years of wedded bliss. Actually, 32 years of being in a relationship with each other. So, it's been great. Actually, it's been fabulous. I don't think I would ever be as happy as I am now with anybody else. For sure.
Yeah, I think you're being distracted by the bunny.
Okay, sorry. Well, I do love that little bunny. And he does love me. So, yes, we've been married for a long time. And it's been really great. We have children. We have a nice house. We have a wonderful relationship.
But now we're dealing with this disease.
Which sucks. You know, one thing I noticed today, because today's our wedding anniversary. Do you remember what I gave you on our first wedding anniversary?
No.
Which is surprising to me because it's on your dresser.
Oh, that picture?
Yeah, a picture of me like trying to have this like Marilyn Monroe look to it. I took forever to get that picture just right. And that was my first year anniversary to you, was that picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did I give you?
You probably drew something on a piece of crepe paper and gave it to me.
That's ridiculous. I did not.
You probably did. Or you wrote something on wrote a little 5-letter or 5-word poem and gave it to me or something.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah. But the picture I was looking at today is like, it just makes me giggle because I look so ridiculous. Much younger, but it's like the whole point was to like have me giving a suggestive pose, and then I put it in a frame for you to. It's a big 8x10 too. It's not like a little picture, and it sits on your dresser. And I looked at it this morning. I'm like, oh, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, I think it's great because it has that combination of like you trying, like you say, like. Trying to be really sexy and suggestive, and it just sort of comes off as like goofy and like kind of like,
I know.
No, not quite.
I know, but that's always the way it turns out. Everything always becomes goofy after I stick my finger in it. It's just the way it is. I'm a goofy person, and it just can't control it.
True. So you haven't changed that much?
No.
With the Alzheimer's?
No, I'm still pretty goofy, even with the Alzheimer's.
Yeah, well, maybe even more so.
Maybe, because I have leave now. I mean, I can be goofy, and no one can judge me. In the past, if I were goofy, people would look at me strange. But now it's just like, oh, give her a break. She has Alzheimer's. You can't get mad at her.
That's true. That's true.
Well,
you're right.
For example, let me give you an example. I swim at the Y every weekday. I love it. I enjoy it so much. It's really good for me. So today, I go to the Y, do my 120 laps, just so you know. And then I go into the locker room, and as is the norm these days, I lose something. I'm always losing something when I'm at the Y. And I packed up all my stuff, I took my shower, packed up all my stuff, and then I left. And I realized when I got up to the front desk, I didn't have the key. So I went through all my stuff, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went up and I said, I'm really sorry, I locked my key in my locker. I'm not sure, if you can get it out for me or whatever. So then she walks down with me, very nice, super nice, very accommodating. She walks down with me to open the locker, and there's nothing in it. I'm like, I don't know, what happened to it. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I put it in my bra. And sure enough, checked my bra, and there was the key. And I felt really stupid because she walked down. She's very nice. But she walked down with me, and I had to walk back up, like the walk of shame.
Yeah. Was there anything else in there?
No,
it was
nothing.
Forgotten, like leftover, like a book or
nothing.
Like a meal or...
Nothing. No, I don't get to keep that locker. Though.
No, I'm talking about in your bra.
No. No, but I do leave a lot of things in there. I mean, it's a safe place. And often, before this dreaded disease, I would remember if I put something in my bra. Now it's just like it goes in and immediately forget what I did with it.
Yeah, because you wouldn't notice a key, like against your skin, like your tender skin. It's like a key that actually has a pin on it. Something that, oh no, there's nothing there. Just nice soft material of my bra.
I felt really bad because there were a lot of people around the front desk, so I go up there, I'm like, I'm sorry, I think I lost my key. I think I left it in my locker. So, I mean, this is all happening with like 5 minutes. So it's not, I forget where I put my key, and she thankfully comes down to open my locker only for me not to have it there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, here it is, it's in my bra, which is where I put everything. It's like my purse. And I just don't know why I forgot that I had put it in my bra, since that's where I put everything.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Maybe it's because you have Alzheimer's.
Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, I put my credit card in my car keys in my bra even, because there's like enough room for it to sit in a little opening. I don't know why.
It's so convenient.
Yeah, it is.
It's great. Someone should actually take advantage of that and put pockets in bras.
Oh, yeah. Well, it has to be...
little compartments, zippered compartments, maybe.
I don't know about that.
You put your passport in there?
You could put a passport in there. I mean, it does create a little like a little open space. And I put a lot of stuff in there. I mean, I put... I do. Well, I don't have any pockets, usually. But, like, if I'm walking the dog... And because when I'm walking the dog, I always have to suck on lozenges. I have my bra full of those little Burt's Bees or whatever lozenges that I always suck on. And, they scratch me and everything. So I'm like walking down the street, sticking my hand in my bra while I'm trying to get out some lozenges at the same time I'm trying to control the dog.
Okay. That's quite an image for our listeners.
Sorry, but, I have my routine and, my new routine, since now I can do my routine. I go to the Y and I swim 120 laps. Oh my gosh, it is so great. And then I come home, quickly eat, check the mail, and walk my dog for as long as she wants me to walk her. That's what I do every single day. And when I walk my dog, I have to have lozenges because I just have to be sucking on something. So, I always have them with me.
So you've got a good routine going.
I do.
And you've kind of settled into it now, and it's, what is it? January, February, March, like your third month off from work.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I much prefer walking my dog and swimming 120 laps every day than driving an hour and 15 minutes north. to work.
And working.
Yeah, and working.
So you're happy to be out of work.
I am. And the funny thing is when I first started working at the college in Ticonderoga, I didn't plan on staying there for very long because I just got my master's degree in elementary ed. And then the president of the college asked me to please take that position. And I'm like, oh, I'll take it for a little while. But then it became, I had summers off, which I would have had as an elementary education teacher. But a lot more. I mean, you have a lot of time off when you work at a college. So,
So it was the convenience. It kind of was a trap.
Yeah.
But it was a good job. You did a lot of good in it.
Yeah, no, it was good for a long time. But I shouldn't have stayed as long as I did because it was a long drive. I mean, I know people don't mind driving, but that was a treacherous drive. I wrecked 2 cars on that road.
I don't think you wrecked 2 cars. You got in small accidents. Well, one of them we ended up, I guess, was totaled.
Yeah, that was the one where when I was driving back from Saranac Lake, for having been at a meeting, and a deer jumped. It was dusk, and a deer jumped over my car, and I was driving. I mean, my car was moving, and there was cars coming in the other direction, and his hoof hit a part of the front of my car, and I pulled over and checked to see if I could find him because I wanted to make sure he was okay. I couldn't find him, but what happened was whatever it was he hit when he jumped on my car and to get over on the other side wrecked my car because one day I was driving to work after that, and all of a sudden my car just turned into the guardrail. And the guy, fortunately, that was riding in front of me said he looked in his rearview mirror because he came back to see if I was okay. He looked in his rearview mirror and I was right there, and then he looked again and I was in the guardrail, and he's like, how did you do that? And I'm like, it did it itself, and it's the truth. I didn't do it. But that was one car wreck. And then there was the other car wreck. See, this is one of the reasons why commuting is not good for me. When I was driving, and it was dark, as always, and I ran over an old-fashioned metal gas can, and it stuck to the bottom of my car.
Yeah. Do you think that driving, being, very stressful, became worse? Do you think that was a connection to maybe you starting to be ill?
Maybe, but the things that happened were not things I had any control over. Like when I was driving to work and there was a dead horse in the middle of the road. I mean, there was nothing I could do. I mean, I wasn't...
That was the Alzheimer's.
No, it wasn't. That was way before Alzheimer's. But I mean, I had some weird experiences. I got to the point where I would drive home from there and I would have my horn beeping the entire time. So I wouldn't hit anything and I could warn the animals.
I wonder if that maybe was Alzheimer's. I mean, it seemed like you got more neurotic about things like that. I mean, when you first started commuting up there, you weren't beeping your horn the whole time.
No. But I wasn't until, I saw dead animals in the road. It was like, it wasn't because I was becoming neurotic as much as I never had to worry about hitting an animal when I walked to work before I worked up there.
No, but when you first started commuting, I mean, for years, that wasn't something you did. That was
No, that was after I had many bad experiences. Animals in the road. There was turtles once that I saw. In fact, I had to stop my car and pick them up and put them on the side of the road after someone had hit them. But I didn't want them to die in the road, so I put them in a grassy area.
Yeah. Well, one thing I thought about, I mean, I know all that's true. But one thing I thought about is that, there's a long lead-in for Alzheimer's. It's not, by the time you were diagnosed, you were probably experiencing symptoms for quite a while, probably several years.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's true. For one thing, there are things that trigger it. You can have the genetic makeup of someone who's going to get Alzheimer's, but you don't necessarily get it just because the chromosomes have it there for you to get it, should you get it. I think that what happens is something triggers it. There's a trigger that, I have, the chromosomes that say I have Alzheimer's. And other family members have some of that as well. But something has to trigger it. Something has to, bring it about. And, I have no idea what that trigger was. I know that we thought it might be this one thing or this other thing. But those chromosomes were already in it's you can't control your chromosomes. It's not like you can eat better and control your chromosomes, or what I mean? Mm-hmm. So in looking at the evidence, I had the potential, but just because I have the chromosomes that identify me as having the possibility of getting Alzheimer's, there had to have been a trigger to trigger it to become surface. Right. And I don't know what that trigger was.
Right. So, okay, let's get back to the 28 years.
Of marriage?
Yeah.
It's only 28? I thought it was 30.
28.
28?
It's our 28th anniversary, but we've been together for 30 plus.
Yeah, that's true.
But, it's a surprise. It's ironic or something. When we got together, certainly this wasn't the situation we expected to be in our late 50s.
Yeah, that's for sure.
To be honest, you were always sort of, I don't know if leader is the right word in the relationship, but certainly
the boss.
The boss.
Yes, yeah, definitely the boss. The boss. I was definitely the boss of the relationship. So I had a whip, and I just made you do things that you just didn't want to do.
Yeah. Okay. And so it's kind of role reversal.
Yeah, no, true. It is true. I'm more dependent on you, whereas in the past, you were more emotionally dependent on me, but I'm more emotionally dependent on you now. It's like we've had to switch roles a little bit.
Do you find that difficult?
Not at all. For one thing, there's nothing that can bum me out now that I'm back in the pool. It just has changed. I'm a swimmer. I must have been born a swimmer, because from the time I can remember, being in the water was the most satisfying thing I experienced. And I would swim at every opportunity. But then I had the accident, and my neck broke to some extent, and I couldn't swim anymore. But recently, my wonderful doctor put me in physical therapy, and I am now able to swim, as I said, 120 laps every day at the Y.
Right. All right, let me go back to the role reversal, okay?
Okay.
So how do you think I'm doing as the boss?
I'm
not naturally as bossy as you.
Well, that's true.
I don't take to it as well.
Yes,
as you
do. You're not bossy, but you're a tiny bit controlling, I would say, because you just can. And it's not like I don't recognize it. I just don't identify it. So because I know that it's kind of important for you to be the boss, but you're not the best kind of boss. You are the best kind of boss because you're not very bossy. The only thing I have to say that is so annoying, and I bet you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, the channel changer. You are such a guy when it comes to that channel changer. I can, not that it's a hardship for me to get up and walk over and pick it up, but you are like such a hoarder of the channel changer.
Yeah. Well, that's very important.
I think it's a guy thing. Yeah.
That's really is quite important.
Yeah. Well, that's a guy thing, I think. I don't know. But my God, it's like, I just get so furious. I have the channel changer. I go to the bathroom. I come back out, and I don't know where the channel changer is. And I see it's like hidden under your leg or something.
Right. Well, I've noticed that you seem okay with me, saying, this is what we're going to do today, that sort of thing. You pretty much go along with it, which is a pretty big change from the way we used to be.
Yeah, because I was always the boss. Always. You had to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But now I'm not the boss because I'm not.
But you seem to be fine with it. I mean, maybe you even enjoy it.
I think that it's part of the.
They are here.
Hi.
Oh, our granddaughter's here. Hold on.
That's okay.
Okay. Visited with Sophia, our granddaughter, 5 years old, kindergarten. And we were talking about how you used to be the boss and now I'm the boss, and how much you enjoy having me be the boss now.
It's true. It's true. I feel like since I'm not working, I'm like a stay-at-home mom without the children. Therefore, I have to keep myself busy by swimming and walking the dog and ordering things on Amazon.
Yeah, that's great.
Not that I have a job and I can pay for all those things I'm ordering online, but...
well, you still get paid.
I know, but it's really, it's the first time I've not been the boss. It's interesting. I find myself to be much happier.
So yeah, the pressure's kind of off.
It is. It's definitely off. And not only the pressure's off, but it's like I don't care about some things. I still care about the house being clean and neat and that food is cooked at home and not like takeout. But I'm totally laid back about so many things now.
That's true. You are much more laid back than you used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I still get annoyed by some things, like if there's honey, sticky fingerprints everywhere. That's annoying. But it doesn't bother me like it would normally. I don't care.
Right. Yeah, no, it does seem like, things don't have the same kind of import. They don't have the same edge to them that they used to.
That's so true.
On both of our parts.
Yeah, I guess that's part of getting older, too. The responsibility of raising children, which is huge, is sort of mellowed because our children are all... our youngest children are about to graduate from college, so...
Right. We're more relaxed. We're in the, I don't know, hang out and watch TV phase.
Well, we don't watch that much TV, but we do hang out a lot. We do things together. We enjoy each other's company and our animals. And
we've gone to a lot more movies recently than we
That's true.
than we used to.
That's true. You never would want to go to the movies ever. I like going to the movies. In fact, I'd go to the movies by myself, which I've done many times. But
it's nice.
It is. It's nice. It's nice hanging out. I mean, if I had my way, if I were like the queen of the universe, you would be able to stay home with me all the time, and we would just goof around all day long. If I could get away with that, I would get away with that.
Yeah.
You'd be bored.
Yes.
But I could entertain you for hours on end every day.
Maybe. Okay, that's good.
So I don't say goodbye. Toodaloo.
Au revoir.
Overall, I forget it.